Hey, what's going on, guys? Amy Nicholas, and in today's video, I wanted to just give a quick recap of Friday's day trading session, and this would have been March the 7th. So my watch list, I had NVIDIA, AVGO, Broadcom, because they had recently announced earnings, and Tesla, my typical favorite. So I only took 2 trades. And the market was again kind of ranging, but I saw an opportunity within the first 8 or 10 minutes of opening with Tesla, and it looked like it was going to go up. So I went long on Tesla using the ETF TSLR, which is very minimally priced. And something I need to adjust going forward is my ideal take profit on this, because it only moves at the time I got in at $16.80. It's usually between $16 and $18 price, because Tesla's down so much right now. So I need to adjust take profit amount and my stop loss, because normally I'm used to trading stocks or ETFs that are in a $30, $40, $50 range, and I'll put a 40-cent stop with hopes to get it an 80-cent, take profit. But this particular ETF, it's so minimally priced that you really can't expect it to make those kind of moves in a short period of time. So that being said, I did change my stop on this one to 25-cent stop, which I still kind of feel like is a little too high. But at any rate, I got in with 40 shares at $16.80, and I got out at $17.03. So it was a 23-cent profit per share with, a stop at 25 cents. So really, I wasn't even where I should have been in terms of risk and reward. The risk should have been lower, which I now see that, obviously. That trade netted me $9.20. Nothing crazy. I think, I was willing to lose $10 per trade on Friday. And one of the things that kind of held me back with my trading was, if I go for 2 trades at $10 each, because my max loss is $20 a day, then I could potentially end up negative on the week. And I hadn't done the math exactly, but I knew I was I'll either be almost break even or I could be negative on the week. So I kind of held back after that trade. I was like, okay, I'm up. If I walked away, I'd end up the day on green, which is great. I decided to take one more trade, and because I wasn't 100% sure of where this was going to go. I only took 1 share. It was really just a practice trade. So I bought NVDL, which is the long ETF for NVIDIA, and I got in at 41.22. And I think I remember feeling like that entry wasn't great, and I'd kind of missed some of the move. And then my trailing stop kicked me out at 40.88. So my gut feeling on that was, yeah, that was the wrong entry. Lost 34 cents. That one, my stop loss was 40 cents. So the trailing stop kicked in for me, thankfully. And, I didn't lose the full 40 cents. I only lost 34. So my profit for yesterday was $8.86, which leaves me at the end of the week 3 days green. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I was green. And Tuesday and Thursday, I was red. So I thought that was really interesting. I had almost the same stats the week before, except the days were different. I think I was red last Friday. I ended the week on a red, but it was the same. It was 3 green, 2 red. This week, 3 green, 2 red, which says to me, consistency is starting to come around, and I'm getting much better at using stop losses. This was the first week I actually used a trailing stop, and my first trade on Monday morning was the one that netted me the most. I think it was my second trade. But Monday, I took several trades and was profitable on multiple. But that day, I got the most profit overall at $48. And then the rest of the week kind of felt like the opportunities weren't as plentiful. It was really you had to take your time and look for your good entries. And that's one of the things I noticed this week, is that Amy needs to work on her entries, because some of the plays that I did, I could have either been green on or, had gotten slightly more profit out of if I just timed the entry a little bit better. I know it's something to work on. My exits are actually doing pretty good. I'm actually exiting I feel like at the right moment in most cases. For example, some of my profitable trades, I was literally like at the high of the day, wherever Tesla was, like say 265, and I'm at the ETF, that's going long, and I'm hitting the high. And I think that's what happened here. Actually, I think I wrote that down. I was, so I was over the entry price, and what I had set up was a buy order and a trailing stop order. I didn't have a take profit order in that particular one on Friday. I just was gonna cancel my trail stop and sell at the market when I felt like it was the right exit. So that's exactly what I did. And when I was well over where my initial entry was, that's when I canceled the stop in order to just be able to hit the button that says, sell at the market and just have it execute immediately. And it felt like it happened in a fairly quick period of time, which I feel like is a commonality sometimes with some of these quick trades where I'm green. If it goes in your favor right away, typically that means it's a good one, right? You're gonna exit with a profit. And I exited almost at the high of the day. I think it was like 264 and some change on Tesla. And the high at that time of the day was like 265. So I got out just as it was about to hit that bounce area and come back down. So that worked out. I feel like my exit was good. And overall, most of my exits for this week, I felt like we're good. Either the trailing stop saved me from too much of a loss, or the opportunities were only so much in some cases that to get out where I got out, even though it was nowhere near like a 2-to-1 ratio of risk and reward, it was still the best chance I had with that. Okay. So now looking back over the week, I'm like, okay, if I can work on the entry, just get it in a little bit better price, a little bit better timing with my execution. Cause there's a few times where I'm placing the order and I notice maybe I have a little bit of hesitancy, kind of like waiting to see, is there going to be a dip or is this the right time to get in? You're kind of questioning yourself, kind of doubting. And what I noticed on this trade on Friday that was green, was I didn't hesitate. I saw an opportunity. I immediately put in my order, put in my trail stop. I have a custom template, so I can just go into Thinkorswim, pull it from the menu at the top over here, wherever it is. Oh, well, you go over to the security and you can right click and grab buy custom, and then it'll be like one of your saved templates. I just do that. So everything's pre-filled. Usually the only thing I'm changing is the amount of shares. So I have it defaulted to 1, just in case I accidentally hit something wrong. It only buys 1. But I go in there and I just, if I'm going to do 40, 25, whatever, in that case I did 40 because TSLR is so inexpensively priced. And when I thought back and I journaled it, I was like, I just went in and I didn't question myself and I didn't hesitate. I just executed. So in that case, the timing, it says to me, sometimes you don't want to overanalyze it. You just want to execute. You just want to do. Like I remember thinking as the order went through, I was like, wow, I just did it. I didn't overthink it. Good on me, right? Even if it wasn't the perfect entry, like good on me. Because that was the best opportunity I had with that ETF on Friday in that time frame. Usually I'm trading between the open 9:30 to about 10:30, and I kind of noticed lately, the last couple of weeks, it had been falling off after that instead of maybe getting a good second hour. But yeah, that's just something I feel like I'm going to work on going forward into next week. So how did you do this week? How was your stats? My end of the week, I see actual like dollars. So we had the 3 green days and I had 2 red days. A total of gains, $60.07. Losses were $31.44. So overall, I think I did well averaging the week with a 2-to-1 risk and reward, because that's about 2-to-1. And so my net was $28.63. And I was glad to walk away Friday with the feeling of like, okay, I ended the week green. I was up more days than I was down. Was the profit amazing? No, wished I had been able to get more profit on those days where, yes, I was green, but there was one day I was only green $3. Friday I was only green, about $9. And it was sort of like, okay, the 2 days I had losses, one was $17.50, one was $13.94. It was like, okay, these losses are, they're manageable. It's the profit that's not as manageable because you just don't know if you're going to have that right setup. Okay, so that's why I wanted to work on my entries coming, into next week. So yeah, so ended up 28.63 on the week. This is my second week green in a row, and I think right now I'm just proud of myself for being consistent with my rules. I didn't break my rules at all for 2 weeks. I tried to minimize any chance where I felt like I'm not trading right, I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna walk away, or minimizing my losses. Because I had the $20 max loss for each day, but I never hit it and I never got close to it, other than the one day at 17.50. But I kind of felt like, okay, the week before my max daily loss was $10. Maybe doubling that, I just wasn't mentally ready for, even though it's not that much money, but maybe 15 is better going forward, like 15 max daily loss. So I think next week I'm looking at doing that instead. So let me know if you guys liked the video. My next one, I'm going to be sharing my update to my trading strategy, like what I'm going to be kind of shifting into for March as the markets have changed. So if you want to, see that one, be sure to like and subscribe, get the notification bell on, and I'll see you on the next one.